Now we're going to work on identifying the number of solutions to a system of equations. At how many points do the graphs of the given equations intersect in the xy plane? How many solutions? There are a bunch of different ways you could do to solve this. You can pick whichever one that you want. I'm going to do substitution. And the reason I'm going to do substitution is because it's telling me that y is x plus 1. That's what it's saying. It's saying wherever I see a y, I can put an x plus 1. That means that I can take this x plus 1 here and I can put it in my y spot because y is x plus 1. That looks like this. So I'm going to take my 2 and then I'm going to plug in that x plus 1. So remember, a number next to a variable means multiply. So I'm going to plug in that x plus 1 in the y spot and then just copy down the rest of the equation. Now I'm going to simplify it. So whenever you're solving an equation, the first thing you want to do is get rid of any parentheses. It's called the distribution property. So the distribution property means you can take the number on the outside and give it to each one of the things on the inside. It's kind of like when a mail carrier comes into a neighborhood, he gives mail to every house, right? So here's our mail carrier. He's going to give the mail to every house. That's what the parentheses do. So I'm going to take the 2 and I'm going to do 2 times x. Now we don't usually write this step out, but I think it can be kind of helpful to see that we're just multiplying it out. Sometimes we get things wrong because we go too fast, not because we're not smart or anything. So now that I've simplified both sides, I see that they're the exact same thing on both sides. Whenever you have the same thing like that, it's actually going to be no solution. So that means there are, no, it's not going to be no solution. Oh my goodness, I made another mistake. That's okay. It's going to be infinitely many solutions. Sorry guys. Now, no solution, in case you're curious, or 0, no solution is going to look like this. It'll be like 5 doesn't equal 7. You're going to have 2 different things if it's no solution. But if it's true, if it's the same on both sides, then it's infinitely many. So same on both sides gives you infinitely many. If it's different, it's no solution. I recommend pausing this for a second and trying the next one on your own and then playing it to see if you did it right. My next one looks like it's set up for elimination. Now, just because I want to do elimination doesn't mean you have to do elimination. You can make it a substitution problem if you want to. The reason I'm going to change it to elimination is because I can see that x is by itself, and in order to get this negative 5 to cancel out, I could just multiply this whole thing by 5, because then that'll give me a 5x. The additive inverse property says that when you add opposites, you get 0. The whole point of eliminating something is to get rid of. Elimination means to go away. Okay? And we want the x's to go away. That's why it's got that name. So I'm going to do that distributive property I was talking over here. If you want to, you can write it out as 5 times x plus 5 times y equals 5 times 3, and then simplify it down. Again, sometimes we make mistakes, not because we're not smart, but we just go too fast. So now that I have this guy rewritten, I can put them together for elimination. So, just in case, because I'm getting a little messy here and I want to stay organized, I'm going to highlight this so you can see where it goes. So I have negative 5x minus 5x equals negative 5. That's my second equation right there. I'm just rewriting it so it's nice and clean. Now I'm going to rewrite my equation. I just changed a little bit so I could actually do elimination. So this is the equation I changed so I could do elimination, and I'm just going to write that right under, taking my time to make sure things are lined up, because when things are lined up, it works out so much better. One of the things that I'm seeing some of you guys make mistakes at is you're not knowing if you're adding or subtracting. So I highly recommend writing a big plus sign to remember that you're adding and narrating what you're doing in your head. Negative 5x plus 5x is 0. It cancels out. Negative 5x plus 5y. Oh my gosh, that's 0 again. And then negative 5 plus 15 is 10. Make sure you're using a calculator on this one. Your brain's working really hard to do elimination. Don't make it do computation too. I'm going to simplify both sides here, and I get 0 equals 10. Now, if I were to give you $10 and I didn't get anything back, I'd be really upset. That's not equal. Same as if you gave me $10 and I didn't give you anything, you'd be kind of bummed. It's not equal. If it's not equal, then that means there's no solution. So we're going to circle 0. Because there's 0 ways that's going to work out. Probably lose all your friends too if you took their $10 and never gave them anything back. Well, I hope this helps. And make sure you can always go into Google and ask it to come up with some of these questions so you can practice more, or you can make your own up. Talk to you later.